No
So the
problem.
next question I was reading while you were answering that, Hernan, and this one says, maybe Marco can shed some light on this. I have not even been aware of this. He says, Mauricio says, I have been hit like a train by the 4/8 March Google update, but Google was very vague about this particular update. Have you guys deciphered what to do to recover the rankings for those of us who have been affected by this broad core algorithm update? Google Dixit. Okay, so maybe that's the name of the update is Dixit. I'll have to take a look at that. Many of us are trying to everything to recover our traffic, but we're shooting in the dark. We don't know if this was really about link building or anchor text over optimization, about content or about relevancy or any other matter. Well, I just did client reports earlier this week. Well, started last Friday, and I hadn't noticed any drop in anything. In fact, I had a couple of my sites, my client sites, that actually took quite a significant boost. But that could also be in part because I've started applying the local GMB Pro method to several of my clients too, and that very well could be why I saw such a ranking boost. I don't know if it had anything to do with the update that you're referring to or not. That said, because I have not seen any drops in any of the clients or sites that I manage, I was even completely unaware of it. So that goes to show you guys how plugged in I am, or not, to the traditional SEO crowd anymore. And that's just because, again, the stuff that I'm not saying that we're, update proof. We're not Google slap proof. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is a lot of the stuff that we do isn't reliant on a lot of the things that typically will get SEOs into trouble. And we've been very fortunate in that respect that, a lot of the methods that we use and perfect and really zero in on or try to scale with particular methods that seem to be almost penalty proof. Now, again, I'm saying that tongue in cheek because God, none of us know, but I haven't seen anything like that. So perhaps Marco, have you heard anything about this? I know you're more in tune with the pulse of the SEO crowd than I am.
I have heard people, they've been commenting all over, and of course, the SEO crowd always panics and they go looking for a quick fix. And a lot of times when there's an algorithm change, when there's a major change, it's all about the Google dance, right? Cool. And it's all about waiting it out. I always tell people, you got to be patient. When this stuff happens, if you run and you try to apply changes and you try to recover too quickly, Google is going to know immediately that there's an SEO operating behind that. And then what's going to happen is it extends the period when your website is going to dance. While that website is dancing, you can't do anything. And that it goes from 21 days to 70 days. If you do anything between when you extend the period from 21 days to 70 days, what will happen is you could be sandboxed permanently and there's no way to recover your rankings. A lot of people won't tell you that for free. I'm giving it to you. It's in my blog post, right? The Google dance. How long did I write that? How long ago? 2015, December.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. I remember you going through the patent, actually.
Absolutely, and I warned people, man. Google's gonna catch you, and apparently, of course, I am not a guru. I am not a ninja. I'm not an expert. I don't even consider myself an SEO. I'm just a guy who knows how to rank shit, and I'm really good at predicting where Google is going. And so, because I spend so much time on the patents, and so my first advice to you is relax. I mean, there's no way that you can recover your rankings right away. You have to give the dust time to clear. Once it clears, then you can start taking. You can try to remedy the situation by applying all of your knowledge and expertise in the matter. But right now, there's absolutely if you've lost rankings that hard, just let it go. Let it go until you've cleared that time period, or Google is watching and trying to catch you at whatever it is that you do. Once that's gone, then you can go ahead. But again, I'm like Bradley, man. I've moved away from most of the stuff that can hit me unless I'm just testing. And the stuff that I'm testing right now is all inside Google My Business listing and G sites and Drive Stacks, and you know what I do.
Yeah.
So, and that's our protective shield. Google is like our SEO shield, our protective shield, what guards us against Google, believe it or not. It's our RYS Reloaded Academy, and why it works so well, because everything gets filtered through that. So I don't know. I haven't seen it. My clients would have been calling me all of last month if they had seen anything, and no, I haven't heard anything, haven't seen anything. I even checked. I just went and checked a website that usually or often gets affected by algorithmic changes, and I don't see it. So I'm sorry, I can't help you more.
It. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I didn't see this either, and it's like I said, there's a few of my clients actually recently took a significant bump in rankings across many different keywords too. But that just so happens, it's probably not coincidental either that those are the same clients that I've started applying the local GMB Pro method to. So it's very likely that that had an effect on it as opposed to this actual update that you're talking about. So yeah, I just scanned through one of those articles. You know, I agree with Marco 100% that the first thing you need to do if you were affected by it is to be patient. Because if you get in and start screwing around with stuff, remember, guys, a lot of the times when Google makes a significant update to the algorithm, there is like a period where it's more intense initially, right? And then they end up figuring out all the different things that got upset and the anomalies that occurred that were unintended consequences from their algorithm update. And then they start to roll things back and fine tune that update to you know, relieve some of the unintended consequences, right? To kind of alleviate some of the problems for site owners and things. Because remember, they get a shit ton of complaints come rolling in too from people that were supposedly playing by the book, but still got affected by an algorithm update. And so again, I you know, over the course of my career, I've seen this countless times now where a significant update occurs and a bunch of shit happens. You know, a bunch of people's sites tank, and over the course of a few weeks, 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, sometimes you'll start to see a lot of the algorithm, like the collateral damage starts to resurface, right? It starts to come back up and start to rise back up in the SERPs, you know, results, because Google starts to fine tune that algorithm update to, you know, alleviate or redeem some of those lost rankings that really didn't deserve it. And I've seen that again and again and again. So I agree with Marco. Be careful, be patient. Try to decipher, try to figure out over the course of the next few days or couple weeks. And apparently it sounds like it's happened for, you know, it's been a period of time already. And, you know, if you're somebody that's following a lot of traditional SEO practices, then there are others that will figure a lot of that stuff out. One of the best blogs I found for this kind of stuff, guys, is the Cognitive SEO blog. If you guys aren't familiar with that, I highly recommend you go check it out. I always say his name wrong. It's either Ravzan or Razvan at Cognitive SEO. And let's just go take a look at his blog real quick.
Yeah, and for anyone else wondering, just do a search in Google for the Google Dance Explained and look for the Semantic Mastery blog, and you should be able to pull it up. We should be near the top for the Google Dance Explained.
Yeah.
And so it's still there.
I would take a look at this blog, guys. I'm not saying I don't know if he specifically posted about, or if they posted about that update. I would check into this blog. It's a great blog. Also, they've got some really good tools. I know a lot of people use link research tools, but I always liked Cognitive SEO better as far as if you're trying to do penalty recovery work. I don't do that kind of work anymore. It's too much of a pain in the ass. So, and again, I don't really worry about that stuff so much anymore. I mean, occasionally I still do catch a slap of some sort, but it's very, very rare anymore. So anyways, so I couldn't give you more information on that, Mauricio. It's not something I've experienced any negative effect from. If I had, I would have more data for you, or more information, I mean.